Will be Arabia 1 versus 1, Franks versus Vikings. And in blue, we got Berrante. Have a very good starting position here. All the sheep, or at least 4 sheep, directly visible at the beginning. Can use them for scouting as well. On the other side, we got Donald Fuck playing red, the Vikings. And now talking about the map, so this looks, well, there's lots of cliffs here. And more than I usually see, to be honest. And yeah, first of all here, Berrante's map. He has a main goal to the side, or pretty much the back if you consider where his opponent is situated, so that's good for him. Got secondary, got in front, which is kinda bad, but hey. You can use these forests or cliffs for some very efficient walling. So basically by a few little pieces of palisade walls you can wall the entire back of his base. Maybe even do a TC wall. And to, well, keep his wood line in safety. Or he could even wall all the way to the edge of the map with these, with this forest here, making his main goal very safe. So his map is looking pretty good. To be honest, let's take a look at Donald's map. So he has a wood in the corner, and also this cliff here. Could wall over here, there, and there. So many short walls. So it wouldn't say this is as good as Berrante's map, but still pretty good. This gold position just is perfect for him. So it's behind his town center. It's close to a forest, so you can just put down a town center here. That's nifty. And this is just so easy to wall here to keep his gold minus safe, though he hasn't got too much safe wood here, but again there's still this, which should be quite wallable. So in the long run he will have food, and not food, wood reserves, which Berrante maybe not as I'm hearing a ball. Yes, okay. Berrante did loom before taking this ball, which might be a good idea. Actually, this villager would have survived without loom as well. Only taking 2 hits if I counted correctly. Okay, doing some nice micro here, garrisoning villager to keep him safe. Got the first ball here. Don got his one a little bit quicker though. But in general we see 100 points leading for Berrante. Why is that the case? Berrante is on 15 pop. Donald on 15 as well. Let's take a look at the scouting. Yeah, okay. Berrante did a lot of extra scouting, which results in some extra points for him. Which is pretty self-explanatory. Okay, now Berrante luring his second ball in. Donald doing the same on his side here. Alright. We see some barracks going up for Donald Fuck, so could this be a a Drash, some militia. Problem is Berrante will spot this and could probably deny it. Okay, he is not denying this right now, or delaying even. Looks like Donald will do his Drash But Berrante should at least be warned about this now. But these hunters, for example, they are very exposed, and a drush will leave them, well, not working. Pretty much forcing idle time on there. This wood line could be walled very quickly. Some quick walling. Same goes for the forage bushes pretty much. But, well, you can't wall in your hunters, because that way they can't continue working. So we see a villager on gold, which is a pretty sure sign. Well, if the players know what they're doing, of course. And that we will see a drush. Let's see if he's producing. He's not producing any. Okay, he's not producing militia. Maybe this is a little bit late, to be honest. Because I think Berrante is. Actually, Berrante is not on his way up to feudal age just yet. In terms of populations, Dawn's actually 2 ahead. Okay, this was unexpected. Well, here's. Oh, okay, he actually already trained 3 militia, but kept the. Didn't collect them in the barracks, but set a gathering point. Okay, missed that one. Okay, that explains the population as well. Question is, how much does Dahl know about his enemy's base? He doesn't know nothing about his enemy's base. That's usually not that good. If you want to drush, you want to know where your enemy's villages will be to make this most effective, and for especially you don't want to run into your opponent's town center blindly. That could be fatal, since the militia with 1 pierce armor and 40 HP aren't really that tanky, and it's like they are running to the town center now. Or are they? As soon as they see the farm, they should be more cautious. And it's actually watch the stream or something. This is a little bit, well, there's no way he could know his opponent was getting stone here, and yet he avoided the tonsure and went straight for the stone. So it's either really lucky or well, a little bit too lucky. I was just reading the map a lot better than I am. That could also be a possibility, but hey. So as I mentioned, TC wall here, well, from the wood, keeping it pretty much safe from harassment from this side, since you really don't want to run under the town center. Well, unless, okay, he's garrisoning them now, and will his, nope, he's not quick rolling this. Building a watchtower. That's questionable, to say the least, because against militia they won't do too much. Maybe he thought they would go in here first. Let him finish that so he could finish them on the retreat. This way we see some idle time on these farmers, which are all garrisoned in the TC all the way. So these 4 villagers here, or 3 villagers on the watchtower, and yeah, they will finally finish it. But I'm not sure what he's building this watchtower for, actually. Okay, we see Donald going for 2 archer ranges. Did they got spotted yet? Not really. Also doesn't know where his own opponent is getting gold, but probably since he sees this is a very safe gold, he will expect, especially when fighting against Vikings, some archers. So that might be the reasoning behind this tower. And of course, 1 tower alone, well, archers can just walk straight to the base of the tower and not get stacked, because in feudal age you can't get the murder holds upgrade, of course. There's some idle time on this village, it's not good. But if you have 2 watchtowers, that pretty much eliminates that possibility. Also, this stone is kind of covered by those watchtowers, also covering the wood line, so that's maybe not too bad, although it's a huge investment. Some walling here. On the side as well, using the natural obstacles given to them. Donald walled the entire north side of his base. South is covered by these cliffs. And he has his army situated, so there's no way he can get surprised by any military units in his base, which is nice. We see some more stone walling and even more stone walling, so Berrante looks like he's playing this really defensively, will boom up. The only entrance into his base is covered by 2 towers and a TC behind that, pretty much. So his base should be safe for the time being, and those archers won't change too much about this. I also don't have the arm upgrades, but of course you should prioritize the attack upgrade on those guys, but still, they will die very quickly to towers, especially when there are few villagers garrisoned. We see a blacksmith, that's not a surprise, probably the next building. The next village building from Berrante will be a market, and he will try to go to Castle Age as soon as possible, since, well, he already walled himself up. That's hard, so seeing him doing a flush, especially when he filled the blacksmith first, would be very, very strange. Okay, Donald got the archer at armor upgrade as well now, but that might actually be a little bit waste, since this will put him back in his well, quest to reach the Castle Age. And he's not even able to stop this quick wall here. Also nicely played by Berrante. He's giving up lots of map control, and for example this squad will still be able to rest from outside. So yeah, but I mean he still has lots of building space here. Don't get me wrong there, but he's giving up control of all of the outer mines of the relics, which, well, there are 5 of, I suppose. And here's the market, so he already got all the food he needs for Castle Age. Let's take a look at Donald. Donald is only halfway up there. These upgrades, of course, cost him quite a bit. And he's messing up an army, but what will this army be able to do here? Nothing. The best they can do is, well, they can't harass anything, they can just attack this house and then force opponent to wall behind this, but since you could just wall, in the worst case you could just put a stone wall over here, best case just wall up right behind that, and I think he noticed that as well. But there's really nothing else for these archers to do at the moment, so we see the builder moving in, and maybe if, okay, he's just building a watchtower, so playing it safe pretty much. Maybe these watchtowers are a little bit expensive, but yeah, they are getting the job done. So it's also a way to see things here. I think, okay, Donald's still creating arches. And he also spent all of his... Oh, okay, he's just click up to Castle Age as well. Alright. Yeah, let's take a look at the economy, actually. So we see 16 farmers, 11 lumberjacks, and 12 miners for Donald. And Berrante has 16 farmers, 10 lumberjacks, and 14 miners. So we got the extra ones on wood, no, stone. But other than that, they're fairly similar here. And here we see the stone walls going up behind that house. So you couldn't quite get through that, although, well, with a good amount of archers, you can actually damage a house quite badly. Yeah, this is a nice game indeed. Both players kind of know what they're doing, although this is not the The amount of defensive towers is not what you usually see, but it's they have a plan. You think blue wins? Well, let's take a look at this score. Blue is actually ahead by, well, not even 100 points. But these archers here, I think we saw a stable, at least one stable, another town center. Yeah, since he has these walls, you can sit back behind those and build up. I'm going for husbandry first. Okay. We see some villages for Donald. Is he having enough resources for a castle? No, he can put down a tower though. And he's building a siege workshop to get through these walls. That's probably a good idea, but siege weapons very weak against knights, of course. Do you see any knights going out for Berrante just yet? Yeah, 3 knights queued up. He might want to add another stable actually. He certainly has a decent economy here on 40 villages so far. His opponent is on 62, whereas there are 21. So actually they are still fairly close in terms of economy as well, although didn't look like that at first. There's another town center also coming up for Donald. Having this awesome back golds. But of course, knights have an advantage when fighting crossbows. But okay, Donald, well, did a mistake here with the siege workshop. Well, general, it's a good idea to build a siege workshop, but this is just one tile too far into his opponent's lands, so he could actually spot that quite early on and answered to it with a mangonel by himself. So any rams will be taken out quite easily from the inside. Doesn't even need to show his knights, although it's pretty predictable for him to build knights. To be honest, playing with Franks, going up to castle age without building military units and so on and so forth. But this is a good amount of crossbowmen and also fully upgraded crossbowmen, I should mention. They will still have a hard time against mangonels unless covered might be very good. But these knights are pretty much one hit by this amount of crossbowmen. So we see, oh, this looks very bad. Bond lost his mangonel without dealing any damage to his enemies, and now looks like Berrante is trying to do a push, although I'm pretty sure he didn't see his opponent's army just yet, and now he's losing knights. And another mangonel goes out, but it's just in front of those knights. That wasn't that good actually, but now maybe Dawn should just go both towards and split there. Took down the mangonel, taking down the knights as well, it looks like. A scout. Okay, that's probably the initial scout. Dawn doing the right thing by sticking to the hill here. No, I left it for some reason. And those knights use the space created to do what? They can't get in here at the moment unless some crossbowmen will randomly open the gate. Yeah, those villagers will die, but yeah, not blocking that gate might be a mistake. So next mangonel going out. Although, okay, Berrante is not letting that sit on him. He's training 3 more mangonels. Already created 1, but 1 finished. So it might oh monks, nice move here. So unprotected mangonel, not good. Yep, oh, lots of things happening at the same time at the moment. These players, they know what they're doing. Repairs on these mangonel, but still goes down since the other knights closed in. Monk will die as well now, doesn't have enough faith to another conversion, but every conversion hurts you a lot when you're having knights. Donald might actually think about getting a university to get the ballistics upgrade, since this will have a fighting knights so much. But thing is, even with the best upgrades and best micro against 3 mangonels is hard. So what is... Oh, actually, there's a university for Donald. You see 3 town centers for Donald. Let's take a look at Berrante's base. He's still on 2 town centers. This is a castle, I think. Yeah, this is very good castle position. He can deny his enemies relics. He can deny the siege workshop. And all for the safety of this cliff. And as far as I know, this cliff also gives you an attack bonus if you're fighting from top of the cliff to the bottom. Although I'm not sure about that. Oh, this looks dangerous. Yeah, fighting mangonels uphill with crossbow, even with the arm upgrades, you're taking 25% extra damage, which means you are very dead very quickly. So Donald needs an answer to this. He has a big economy, but is that really saving him right now? Let's take a look at the university. I think he already got ballistics. I'm not too sure there though. Another conversion by the looks of it. But this forward is lost now. Ooh, that nice mangonels. Actually, no, he lost that mangonel there. So it wasn't well played by Berrante. Yeah, but what can Donald do at this situation? Really? He can't go for camels, which would be a sensible thing to do here, fighting a combination of mangonels and knights. But the Vikings are not blessed by that super unit. So these crossbowmen get chased down by mangonels. And looks like, okay, they stopped chasing since, well, they don't have the movement speed required. And now Donald can evacuate his crossbows back to safety. Okay, this is bad. Now we need some quick walling from Donald, unless his economy is totally doomed and they can call GG. We'll just quick wall here and it's done. Ooh. This gate is very low. Come on, just hammer it a few times. Now this mangonel is really making it hard to do some quick walling. Now there are 4 mangonels closing on this position. Maybe he's actually moving on the crossbows from behind. A 5th mangonel coming in as well. Knights on the front. So many idle villages. And we still only see crossbowmen coming out. But crossbowmen are not the... maybe a quick castle would solve this situation for now. Maybe put it down here to keep most of your economy safe, but this isn't really a answer for long. I'm not sure how good berserks are better when fighting against knights than they have been before. But backed up by those mangonels. I'm not sure if they got the movement speed to close in on them relatively undamaged. Okay, I'll do a little bit quick thinking here and actually moved over the villager on the mangonel. So it's taking out without any losses. But oh, there's another hole. Those pesky lumberjacks is creating more holes in your wonderful defenses. But do we see any other? So finally we see a stable. So is he going for light cavalry or knights or something? He could actually almost go up to Imperial Age. But the question is, do you want to go Imperial if there are all sorts of nasty things in your economy? Answer is most likely not really. There's so much food, he could maybe spam light cavalry. So he has the resources to do, well, pretty much anything. We see some scouts being queued up. Castle being put on this place. would call here. No, I would put it here, but this hill actually is a good place to put it, since it will get a attack bonus when fighting any raiding knights here. But with only one stable to produce scout cavalry, things are not looking that bright. It's actually housed as well. And now he has not enough stone to build another castle. I think this is a GG now for him. They are less than 1,000 points apart. And he's actually going for Imperial Age. He has so many villages. But what do those villages do here really? He looks like he took down a mangonel and some cavalry units here, so he's definitely making good use of his army. But now he can't even get back into his base, since they're one castle, soon two castles. Although I sense danger. Yep. Ouch. So probably was trying to deny this castle, but lost his army in the process without achieving too much there. Okay, castle got finished here, finally covering his gold spot, since his primary gold is almost running out of gold. That is... there is walls here. Okay, scout cavalry getting produced, but still only one stable. Now he's actually going for the berserks. So maybe Imperial Berserks could... well, Imperial Elite Berserks should actually be able to deal with these knights. The question is that the most efficient thing to do? I think regardless of that, he is trying to do so. Building 2 siege workshops here. So this gate didn't get finished, which is kind of shame. Okay. Do that any second. Now he's Imperial Age, so what will he use his technological advantage for? No blacksmith upgrades, his workshop, is he? Oh, actually they're both Imperial Age now, and there's a trebuchet lurking here. Although, it's completely unprotected. And these are not enough to take it out. Maybe some bringing in the scouts of this situation could have been a little bit better. Actually, the fog of war. Looks like most mangonels have been taken out of the game now. Okay, but with the Chevalier upgrade, looks like yep. Donald called the GG here. Got only the first defense upgrades on these berserks, no lead upgrade, no chieftains as far as I know, so this would not have happened anytime soon as well, and especially having these 2 castles on your front, denying the tertiary gold. This one won't last forever. Actually, it was about to run out fairly soon as well. And Sloan won. Yep, you called it, and you were right. Opponent but playing Huns against Italians. So okay, we here. By the way, is the audio and everything all right at the moment, or is the music too loud? No, I changed some things around. We can do some add-on backup now. Feedback on that. Okay, so now let's talk about the actual game. We got Fault here playing with the Huns in lumberjack in blue. In the right corner, or western, no, it's actually the eastern corner. In the western corner or left-hand side, on the left-hand side actually, we have Zlatan playing with the Italians, which, well, as when you can get a castle up, should not have too many problems with fighting the Huns. But many times games are decided before you can pump out your castle age units, or castle unique units, whatever. So, we'll see how far the Genuous Crossbowman will be relevant here, but it should be something you keep in mind, because they can slaughter Kip Archers, they absolutely annihilate Knights, of course, given the right upgrades and numbers, as oftentimes the case. So let's now take a look at the maps, and they are looking not good for Zlatan. He has front gold next to this hill here, and this doesn't look like, well, he would need to go a big forward walling efforts to make this safe. So probably best way to keep this goal safe is to play aggressive for yourself. His lumber line is nice though. He has this one here, which is not too far away. He has this one, although both are on hills, I think. That's something you have to keep in mind. And Zlatan has nice stone, which is pretty much the best place you could have your stone, but I bet he would prefer this to be his main gold. But it isn't. Secondary stone gold, both at the front or here. I think it's secondary gold, tertiary gold back here. Behind this forest, he can wall this off. Actually, yeah, this is probably what he should do here if he's denied of his main gold. When you're fighting a war this way, so luring it downhill, doing loom is advised, because you will take extra damage, and yeah, without loom this can be very, very deadly. Alright, first ball for Zlatan. Let's take a look at his opponent, which is Faulty. Already got his first ball here as well. Where's his gold at? Oh, this is a lot better for him. Just wall off this tiny area here, and maybe ATC wall here, small wall here, something like that. Actually, you can just put a row of tiny walls here, there, there, and here, and he has all this huge area for himself. He has his stone, main gold, put one to see, has stone, gold, and wood on it. Isn't that lovely? Secondary gold at the front though. Stone is at the front and also pretty much inside of this lumber line. Not ideal. And terry gold here. Even worse. Can't really gather that, can't really wall that, except to defend from knights or any other melee units, but against archers this is pretty much undefendable. Unless you put down a castle here or something. Well, that solves most of your problems in many cases. And there's a second ball already. It looks like it still has so much food on it. I don't see another one here. So looks like Faulty is on his second ball already, and same goes for Zlatan. Scores wise, Zlatan actually 100 points ahead. Let's take a look if this is due to scouting. Okay, this is the area started by Faulty, and Zlatan actually already scouting his opponent's base. Is he going for a rush? We see barracks going up, we see someone gathering gold. No, not just yet, but we will see very soon. This will be a rush once again. It's refreshing to see people using actual strategies. Okay, is this a push deer? I think so. Okay. Yeah, so, okay, looks like he's also pushing these deer back to his town center, which is a very smart move, but it takes a lot of micro and attention, which may be missing somewhere else, so it's not a good thing if you push it to your deer but lose just 2 balls. But if you can do both, that's good for you. But now, exciting things will happen. Third, militia will be produced very soon, and that's most of the time. Is it? Most of the time that will be the situation where you finally will be able to start your dash. The scout cavalry is moving back. Is this interfering with the... okay, he tries to harass the scout while he can't really defend himself. Of course, he is trying to push that deer into his TC. But this scout took a good beating now and will actually lose a 1-on-1 against the scout by Faultier if it comes to a fight. So this is kind of lame if you do a rush. You want to have units at full health at best situation. Now we see this barracks going up for Faultier. If this is a rush, well, it's a little late. To put it that way. Let's take a look at Faultier's perspective. Okay, it's not adding any militia here, especially if there's militia in your base already. Just adding in militia for yourself, usually not really worth it. We should retreat this villager here. Okay, it's retreating them all. Bringing him in his villager, and now he's feudal age. Let's take a look at Zlatan. Zlatan is in a dark age, and he is actually nowhere near feudal age, so pushing in these deer actually was worth it. Zlatan knows about this archery range. No, actually he doesn't see this. Okay, this is it's a shame, really. Yeah, no, it's a stable actually. Okay, that's surprising me. But with the Huns, actually not really. I would expect a few scout cavalries and then adding archers afterwards. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, 2 more scout cavalries. We see dead scouts, dead militia here. He's also milling the steer since they're a little bit far away for pushing, especially with these forests in between where they can get caught. And what's that alarm? But okay, actually. Okay, both players lost their scout here. That's misjudged those skeletons. There's some quick walling on the lumber line, saving 1 villager, the other 3. He's just trying to keep them from working, which is, well, did kind of work out, but now the scouts are coming in and they are able to clear the militia. They got the extra movement speed and they can deal with that easily. Now we see the 4th scout been added here, and now scout production stopped. Does that mean he will try to go for archers next? Maybe force his opponent to go for a few spears and then surprise him with archers, which is usually a good thing to do. We see a spear added already for Zlatan, patrolling his gold, but this gold is also walled in completely. And there's not too much bad things to happen. Here we see an archery range. With the Italians, probably not a bad idea. They get pretty good archers. And now it's starting to wall the front of his base here. This will keep him safe from scouts, but again, not from archers. Which is the thing which is... Okay, more walls. Idle time, bad. I should mention that. Population wise, we got Faultier at 33 pop, and Zlatan at 35 population. Let's see, 3 spearmen, 4 spearmen already. This is getting obsessive, I'd say. But they should really be able to cover everything he needs to. They're patrolling. Put up a little wall over here. Actually, maybe walling it that way would have been a little bit safer. But okay, Zlatan is now lagging. Or am I lagging? No. Okay, it's looks like it's gone. Let's hope so. First few archers been added here. And Faultier stopped adding more military units. Well, he's trying to go for castle edge. He has no... Okay, he has 3 gold minus. Excuse me, please. Quite a few farmers. I'm not sure what he's trying to achieve at the moment. What his plan is. His bigger picture, really. Nice TC wall here, so running under that could become potentially very painful. He will lose 1 scout here for sure. Oh, did he really kill that farm there? That was nasty. He doesn't have bloodlines, so fighting pikemen will come very costly. There are lots of pikemen spears even will be very costly. There are spearmen coming in and ooh, that was close. Actually, no, he lost a scout carry. Could be worse. Was the one on like 10 HP anyways, but now he gets walled in here pretty much. Needs to make his escape. Oh, lost another skull. Yeah, this is a bad place he's in here. It's very hard to get out. Okay, archers moved forward. He made sure the spearmen are behind him, and now he'll be able to kill a villager. Yep. But he will also lose both of his scouts since they are now cornered and dead. Okay, villager moving forward. Is that even reality? No, it's just building a house. But Faulty can advance to castle age any second now. Just needs building. Yeah, I think the blacksmith. Okay, he's the blacksmith. Castle age been researched. Let's take a look at Zlatan. Actually, quite close. Castle age just needs 100 additional food. And he has these archers out, so as soon as he hits Castle age, he will have quite an advantage. See, double archery range for the Huns here in the personification of Faltir. Probably going for Cav archers, since he doesn't have any archers which he would benefit from upgrading. And he's playing with the Huns, so Huns like Cav archers. That's just the way it is. Although they got nerfed, they're still pretty solid unit choice. And Zlatan knows where this gold is and where the stone is. So adding maybe a TC wall here could be a good idea to keep things safe, since he already made such huge efforts to wall the front. And keeping the back so open maybe was a little bit careless or naive. But I think he also had other things to do with marking his scouts there, although he lost them, but hey. First villager. And I think we see a second. Could have reacted a little bit faster there. Now a quick walling won't help him really. Oh, actually that's smart. He's moving out to probably walling behind them. Or is he? Yep, that was nice. Saved all these villages. And now those guys sitting here can't do anything really. And do we see Cav archers now? Real quick. Come on, follow here. Yeah, we see Cav archers coming out. Blacksmith idle. We see a watchtower here. I fear this will come a little bit late. Maybe we can distract him with his Cav archers. Oh, they're just wasting some time. Oh, this will be ugly. Actually, they're focusing the mill. Okay, never mind. Just run around with the villages a little bit, and that will be dead archers. Just garrison those villages quickly. And now you can get out of these Cav archers, and yeah, this was a nice play by Faultir indeed. He killed 1, 2, 3 archers, 4 archers now, if I counted correctly, and he can quite comfortably chase them down. He has the superior movement speed. But he chose not to do so. I think he might be just afraid to run into a trap or to get distracted too much. I think there's an idle villager. There's an idle villager here. But this gold looks fairly safe now, unless someone would try to shoot on this cliff. And another idle villager walling here. Yeah, this is what you get for having idols. Actually, well, not losing them. Okay, not that bad. And another dead archer for Zlatan. Let's take a look at the upgrades. Upgrades, he has a, upgrades-wise, he has a advantage. He has the initial defense upgrade, but Cav archers are a lot tankier anyway, so the question is how far this will come to play. These spearmen are unupgraded, so they shouldn't be too much of a danger here. 2 archer ranges for Zlatan. Got a watchtower on this gold now, which is probably smart when you saw those Cav archers coming in. I think at this point we had all these walls. You can should maybe just wall this off here to keep this gold safe, since his army is gold intensive. So to add skirmishes to help combat Cav archers. The palisade gate here will help him out. Actually, and he's finally completing his wall of 200, almost 300 points difference here. And we see the flashing up its Botkin arrow upgrade finished, husbandry finished. So that's good for his Cav archers, of course, since they are also cavalry units. I think he got the military advantage now. Got 5, 6, wait. 1, 2, 3, 6, yeah, 6 cavalry archers against, what's his army? Okay. 7 actually. Ooh, I didn't notice that. That was a nice move. Sneaking in those crossbows here. Hitting, I think 2, 3 villages. I think there were 3 dead villages here, dead lumberjacks. But is this open here in the back actually? Looks like it. Okay, this will be a problem. These damn villages are already damaged. His army is, where is his army? He's here. Yeah, it's all at the front. Oh, this will be a wall of hurt. Ouch. Currently needs to evacuate as quick as possible. Lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 villages. And that's when you think you're safe. But you should really double check that. Cavalry archers still without their first armor upgrade, but otherwise, well, they should really be able to take this fight comfortably. Trying to lure them into the town center, I think. Yeah, 4 crossbowmen left, 3 left, 2 left, and the rest will be left alone. Maybe a little bit more aggression on the faulty side could be beneficial here. Of course, those 2 can just come back any moment now. That will be annoying. But the thing is, there's already the next army on the way to his base, and that could become a problem. Take a look at the economy here. Zlatan just added another town center and is getting more and more map control until, well, after he was pretty confined in the early game, he now starts to move out a little bit more, and this could actually get punished by Fault here. But he will break through these Zlatan will break through these palisades fairly soon. And Faulty will not have the army to stop that. What could be finished? Maybe use this as a walling help? No. But the Scotsman actually did not move in. Maybe he saw the cavalry archers near his base and this was already warning enough, or he was just not sure if this was a trap or not. I'm not sure. Oh, this is dangerous. If you see your enemy's army moving in, don't just send 3 villagers to build a town center there. That is... I think Brave is a little bit too positive for that. He has his army placed right next to his opponent's mining operations, though. Maybe he could snap a few villagers before this tower starts. Oh, this is a wonderful wood line, though. Just get a little bit closer. Come on. Okay, so I could evacuate this before even losing a single villager, but... Oh, they actually could get in here. And now there will be dead villages, and well, first of all, there will be lots of idols as well. There is no real army back home here. At the same time, Zlatan is doing pretty much the same here. Huge idols, even denying farms, and I think that this fight is a little bit too dangerous. This knight came in a little bit too late, so maybe circle a little bit of fire. Yeah, this looks like this will go in Slava's favor. Just focus fire a little bit, and yeah, this is not good. Townsend also not getting finished here. Doesn't even split up his army. Now, well, Faulty managed to get some more villager kills, but now he has again been cornered. And has been bested by Zlatan, but still he put up a good fight. Some good moves, some not so good, but in the end still played well here. Byzantines against the Mayans. So last time Poet really got the advantage, and this time looks like he got a disadvantage of Sears. Well, since Mayans really are, well, a top 10 civ, maybe top 5, possibly more top 10, but Byzantines are just not really critically acclaimed, you could say. But especially against Mayans with their archers, a cheaper skirmishes could be a good thing, really. But let's first of all go a little bit more detail. Here to the left hand side we have Faulty again playing with the Byzantines in blue, and to the right hand side we got Hannibal playing with the Mayans in red. Let's talk about the map a little bit. Looks like Faulty got lucky once again. He can wall this off quite easily. I just put it here. Have safe gold, safe stone. Well, forage bushes are pretty safe, but that's not that important usually. Where's his secondary gold though? Okay, it's here out in the open. Those cliffs. It could still be walled actually, using this forest, but now this is I think it's just way too far in the open, to use it efficiently. But he got amazing main gold, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem for him. And on the other hand, we got Hannibal, front gold, front stone, secondary gold on front, secondary stone on front, excuse me, secondary gold. This is, I think, here, surrounded by wolves. Isn't that wonderful? This could be walled here, here. It's also quite far for walling. Sorry. A little bit dangerous position. So, in short, Hannibal has a bad map. Berrante has a good one. Okay, let's say we didn't see any loom here. Let's hope he can keep his villager alive. Just garrison it. There we go. And the rest of those can kill it before it can land too many hits. Yep, that's working out. Now he's on his first ball. So is Hannibal. Faulty on 14 pop, Hannibal on 14 as well, so there's not too much difference there. Which in turn also shouldn't be really. Because there's only that many things you can make, mistakes you can make at this point, and most of them include a boar killing a villager, which is a shame, but it happens. And yeah, we see Faulty pushing his deer again. It's always lovely to see this been done. And Hannibal going for a second ball. Oh, this deer push failed though, which means the deer will be reset to his starting position, and after that he can only try to redo it. But again, not if. Okay, this is bad. He will lose a villager now. Oh, will he? I think there's no way he can save this. Oh, can he? Go on. No. Oh, that was close. Alright. Wow. Yeah, that's the thing. If you don't have loom, you make things exciting for the caster. It's also something. But here, this deer blocked the villager, which means problems for your so I'm getting a little bit tired here. Problems for your hunters. I'm not sure if this house was that smart, since he's pushing these deer, only making it harder for himself, but what the heck. I guess he's knowing what he's doing better than I am. I just hope. Again, we see red. Drushing on the red is Hannibal, so it's not a totally different player this time, but it's not important, I guess. Or I can even add friends and stuff and add mods on my Twitch app, isn't that just absolutely bonkers? But hey, that's not the object of the game here. Let's take a look at the Hannibal scouts, and he found this gold, he's found this wood line, and he can pretty much safely guess where this town site has to be. Found this secondary god as well, so he has good prerequisitions for his drush. And if I learn from his scout, he can probably tell that the mill is out of his range, so the forage bush is out of his range. And now it's interesting to see what Faulty is knowing at the moment. He has 300 points behind. That's huge. He's at 50% less points than his opponent. But this is probably due to, first of all, scouting, and second of all, militia, since he has only one military unit to be entirely honest here. Where the militia run, he will find. Okay, that's unfortunate. Hannibal's drush is not a secret anymore. Or did Faulty notice that? Really? He's doing a quick TC wall here. One palisade wall here also will keep these lumberjacks safe. I think they're going around the back to hit the wood line. Let's see how successful that will be. Faulty on his way to fuel age. Hannibal also going to fuel age. So this time, looks like Faulty isn't having such a speed advantage like he had last time. Let's see, he's also adding his barracks now. And now the Josh is coming in. This villager could get cornered. No, okay, she's moving out of the way, but thing is, without Loom, a Drush suddenly becomes very scared. Oh, looks like Handel actually blocked his own villager here, his own militia a little bit. Okay, could have gotten an easy kill there, but yeah, as I mentioned, those guys blocking themselves really cost him cost him that villager kill. He forced a lot of idle time on those villagers there. And he's still no loom on those. This is it's brave to say the least to attack the villagers without any loom. No, just wanna try downhill. Killed the first second militia, killed the third militia as well, and didn't lose a single villager there. That is good stuff from him. Eagle Scout is still alive, but he doesn't care too much. He's adding 2 archery ranges, probably adding skirmishes. Yes, okay, Byzantines against Mayans is to some extent predictable. It will be a shame that his camels will be absolutely useless here, since, well, Mayans can't train any mounted units without any Berber allies, that is. And both plays on double ranges. Does Hannibal know about this? Hannibal has... I could guess that there is something going on here, and now he's trying to find out what this is. He sees the barracks, he sees the archery range with stuff in it, and he sees the second archery range with stuff in it as well. You know, we see a third, no, it's a blacksmith. The third archery range will be a little bit too, well, it's not really aggressive when you build scouts but and skirmishes, but I think you guess what I try to go for there. And these are probably yes, these are archers. And against let's get a look at his army here. Fault here. Yeah, I got 6 skirmishes already, 7th one coming in. Hannibal will have a hard time raiding against that if he doesn't get in from an unexpected angle. So, for example, just walling this here will give Faulty a lot of security. Now I finally drives off that scout. An eagle scout. Is he maybe even trying to make a push himself? It looks like he's going forward with his skirmishes. So skirmishes are terrible raiding unit. But oh, actually, okay. Both scouts died now. And these armies are they related into each other? Actually no, but they will face each other now, and this engagement was costly for Hannibal. So I lost 4 archers without killing a single skirmishes, which is, well, it's a trash unit, so even if this was 1-for-1, Faulty would have come out on top, especially since his skirmishes are also cheaper. Let's see if we'll come around here. Faulty, no, Hannibal is not quick walling. He is building, take a sweet time to finish this wall, but doesn't look like Faulty is really caring too much about this. Let's see. I think it should try to go in aggressive now, since these few archers shouldn't be a real problem for him, since he already got an army by himself. Now he's adding in some archers to make some pressure as well. I think he should just have attack with his army as long as he had the opportunity to do so, since This army back home is more than capable to take out those guys. Especially since he has fully upgraded skirmishers, and now the wall is complete. Although with this hill, he won't have a hard time to take down those walls. Okay, so to still hit his economy. Having a just 2 or 3 houses here to make a similar TC wall like this. Wall down this area, and you got a nice well, no-go area for your opponent. Kind of like a red trap or something. But yeah. Now, actually, Berrante is the one who's putting on pressures on the offensive. Is this an eagle warrior? Yep, he's adding good amounts of eagle warriors against skirmishers. This is the best thing you can do ever. Against archers, it's a very good thing to do. To put it mildly. Actually only started pummeling on those walls. So this is another barracks here. Let's take a look at Castle Age. Is there anything about going in this direction? Actually not really. Felt is quite far away. Needs all of the gold and half the food. Well, actually can go Castle Age every second now. Strange enough, there's no focus fire on this middle palisade. Okay, but these eagles, when they hit these stores, they will be pretty devastating for those guys. Even if it would just come out now, like 4, 5 eagles, would be quite a problem here. Okay, almost finished dealing with this attack, but a single skirmisher on 9 HP or 6 HP isn't too much of a danger anyways. And I think at this point, well, Hannibal could try to quick wall this or something, put down a house or a stone wall even behind that, but I think he just wants his opponents to believe himself in safety, and as soon as he is in too far, just close the walls behind him or something, or just move in with his eagles and take them out easily. Oh, this is unafraid, but they still got 2 pierce armor. I think it doesn't take bonus as well. First armor upgrade been done, that's important, but just take a look at how resilient those guys are. They are not going down anytime soon, and yeah, this army is lost. Fountain needs new ideas now. And needs to get rid of this archer, which is really annoying. Looks like it's even getting a kill here. Okay. So this is not looking particularly good for Foult here. Hannibal is in Castle Age, has the superior unit count, has hard counters even, and has a bigger army as well. And we only have 30% or something. Yeah, 30% for Foult here of Castle Age. Let's see, is he adding stables? Yes, he is adding stables. Do the Byzantines have very good knights? Not really. Will they be able to deal with eagles nonetheless? Probably. Even more. Now we even got eagle warriors, so the Castle Age upgrade for eagles. The eagle scout, I should say. 3rd barracks, 2nd town center for Hannibal. He is not messing around. Playing to his full strength here. Meanwhile, this is two stables 4 fault here. What is he training here? I would suspect knights, since he got all the resources to do so all day long. And all those skirmishes, well, they were pretty cheap anyways, but I fear they will be utterly useless from this point on, because, well, just take a look at these eagles, and they will be hitting his army long before he can mass a few knights. So, like, I think 3 knights would give him a realistic chance to at least scare his opponent off. Looks like he's trying to limit his opponent's movement. Ready to a quick wall, and come on. No, 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 there's one away, and now just click on it, finish it quick. Oh, he finished the quick wall. So he sacrificed his skirmishes, which wouldn't be too useful at this point anyways, to save him lots and lots of equal damage. Now he's likely to double check this. Yeah, there was a gap here. Fix that. Had a good day. Do you see knights coming out? Do you see any upgrades for those fellas? Oh, even the second armor upgrade already, so they will be able to absolutely destroy those eagles, if you ask me, and my prophetic vision. Oh, no gathering points set here, but okay, so getting some farms, fair enough. And at this point, Faulty could even think about start thinking about doing a counter attack. Oh, this villager is kind of out of position. Not sure how we got there, but I'm pretty sure where he will go. Man, that's nowhere. Or somewhere above, depending on your point of that, position of that. A town center in the back. I'm probably just to leave this mining camp and place it here, but hey. And there's still a gap? That's not possible. But this time, knights were here to stop the worst thing. And yeah, he repelled them. We see villagers coming forth. Do we see enough stone for a castle? No, we see just a siege workshop. And it's up for debate whether this will be useful when fighting knights. Answer probably no. But Hannibal reacting very, very quickly. Also on 3 town centers now, by the way. Adding 2 monasteries. So these knights will start overthinking their positions fairly soon. One annoying dude there, but can't really bother dealing with that aim at the second. He has a good amount of knights now, actually. He should really put down some pressure before all of those guys get converted for the other course here. That would be quite tragic, since that could mean a certain defeat, since, well, light cavalry would be the answer to that. But he doesn't even have the light cavalry upgrade. Okay, now it's important to see what Hannibal is knowing about the situation. Nothing. He sees 2 knights here. They will probably lure out the monks. I think his main attack comes here. We should probably go for the gate. Gate has building armor and palisades, as far as I know, but they both get it going down fairly quickly. Putting it on a house like this, but you can't do the same around here. So those guys are in, but they are facing 4 knights, which means, well, 4 less units for him and 4 more for his opponent. And that is huge. Just get out of there. Oh, it was 1 knight there. I'm not sure. No, I can't really fight that now. 6 monks now. And this is looking very bad. Meanwhile, he still has some eagles around here. How will faulty react to this? I heard military things. I think that's just a rock, or maybe... Yeah. Pikeman. Looks like Hannibal is again one step ahead, since the obvious answer to monks is light cavalry. Don't see any light cavalry at the moment. Maybe he's going for Imperial Age and hand cannons. Because though they don't care about monks too much, they absolutely destroy eagle warriors, and well, pikes are also nothing to those guys. Town center here. I don't see any buildings from Imperial Age, so maybe we're not inking up. Training more knights. I don't think going to knights more for me now is really the answer he's looking for. Now the complete Mayan army is moving north. The knights will get in here though, and they will cause lots of pain since all of this army is at the front, and especially the monks are not the fastest. Although, well, they will go here anyways. But this is actually a good move, just try to find another angle where your opponent is too slow to react. Oh, very nice quick walling here. Mere milliseconds before his opponent could get in here. But there's still some farmers who'd like some friends. Looks like they don't have any though. Too many town centers hanging around. Monks trying to intercept them, but I think Photo will be smarter than that. He still could be Imperial Age. I think Imperial Age now would be a good idea, honestly. Because just adding more knights to the mix could be potentially even dangerous. Since you're also doing your opponent a favor with that, really, in this situation. So we'll see, is this a university? We'll see a siege workshop or a monastery as well. Since there's already probably a monastery. Come on. Oh, the siege workshops are kind of this one. Another two lost knights here. Now this game is really at a tipping point. Needs to get to Imperial Age now as quickly as possible, add more archery ranges, because if he has more time, he will, well, if he had more time, he would be able to, or should be able to pull this off quite easily, but the only thing he doesn't have is time at the moment. Because that's also the reason why he lost off his units here, just to keep his enemy occupied for as long as possible and not let him notice that his own his own base is in a state of, well, disrepair and danger. Trying to bind his enemy force as long as possible to not let them get too close to his own. These are archery ranges. Yes, now and then he will have 4 of those. Able to pump out hand cannons. Just need to micro around those battering rams, of course. What is Hannibal actually going for Imperial Age as well? Yes, and he will also arrive in Imperial Age before Faulty does. So that would be the only advantage for to get a technological one, which he just won't. Probably kept rams in his base very soon as well. Can't add in those hand cannons quick enough. We will need to get Imperial Age which will take a while. Then he will need to get chemistry, which will take even longer. At that point, well, just look at this. His base will be gone at this point. And there's a castle. Wow, this did almost work out. But almost is also not something like that. I think he can surrender now. And he can't even start to produce hand cannons now when those ramps are even right next to his town center. Maybe with the Turks this could still be doable. So it will be very hard. But no. This is a GG. There's no way he could still turn this game around at this point. There's too many bad things happening here. Town center will be dead very soon as well. He is adding a castle on this hill, which is a good move probably. But behind that hill there's not an awful lot of space for his eco, which he just lost here at the front. Now we see halberdiers for Hannibal as well. Curious to win if that university would be destroyed. That would be very problematic, I think. Hannibal's other focuses now. Is he getting better in ramps? Let's take a look. Capped ramps, of course, yeah. And Faultier's chemistry is 40% only. He lost his first town center. He is still not able to produce any units to provide him with any protection from further raiding. That just is not very healthy for him. It looks like his enemy now resorted to produce nothing but halberdiers, which in turn will be very favorable. I think these capped ramps will just end the story here and now. He's adding cataphracts. Okay, that's not too bad, since that means well, they are good at fighting infantry and they can also take down capped ramps a lot easier than hand cannoneers can. Okay, as soon as he lost his, he got his chemistry upgrade, he deleted his university as well to make room for more archery rangers, and now he's trying to get as many hand cannons as humanly possible. I'm getting a market to sell his stone, I believe. But this is just too few and too late. This will not save him now. He's probably also going to lose all his cataphracts to conversions. Well, he is not giving up yet. He's rebuilding his economy wherever he can. I think, yeah, I think he doesn't have conscription. And this makes this a very slow and tedious thing. He could try to snipe the monks now. I think this is just what he is doing as well. Yep, one dead monk and two dead monks. Actually, no. Two dead monks. Three dead monks. So that was a good move, but now his opponent knows what he's up to. Actually, this kept pressure from his villagers here, taking all his ramps, but I still think this is not going to happen. No. Too many units on the field. He might even be saving his castle for a second. But it will fall this second after that, so... yeah, this is over. I called it, and there's actually no other way this could develop. He calls GG as well. And actually both call GG. I've been defeated. That's a shame. But hey. Yeah. What went wrong for faulty here? His enemy was just very quick with his answers. Can't really explain how I lost. Yeah, yeah, Mayan Iku is just stronger than the one of the Byzantines is really. And Hannibal was able to be very quick with his counters, and that also allowed him to keep bigger parts of his army, while Fault here lost his complete army with every army transition. First, he lost all of his skirmishes to buy him time to get this quick war here finished. After that, he lost all of his knights, which weren't that useful at this point anyways, to buy himself time to Imperial Age. But the thing that his opponent hit Imperial Age before he was able to do so really broke his neck, I could say. Look at this, these eagles, they aren't even fully, they got 0 attack upgrades, but they still were enough to deal with everything here. If he had like 5 more minutes maybe to mass up hand cannons, this would have been a whole different story. Use the cataphracts to get rid of the rams, and then just let the bombards and the hand cannons take care of everything else. But yeah, he just was a little bit slow with Imperial Age maybe. Maybe he could have done more knight raiding, but the knights also did. They had to fear getting converted and so on. Maybe he should have put more attention on this area here. This was very open, and yeah, this quick warning here also was amazing. So it was not even seconds before all those knights came in. They finished this. Yeah, I think Hannibal just played very well. Yeah, oh, forgot. Yeah, the Byzantines have cheap Imperial Age, and he still was kind of late there. But you should mention Mayans have very good economies. Byzantines, they get bonus on the line of sight. That's not nothing. It's just not as good as the 20% slower resource decay rate, or so you word it, the Mayans have. And yeah, okay. But at this point, I'd really like to thank you for watching, for playing with me here. And yeah, see you soon. Maybe you would like to check out my YouTube channel as well, which is called Alkalim Big Surprise. Yeah. See you soon. Hopefully, I think I will try to make my best to get these videos up to YouTube as soon as possible as well. And since there were some really good games here, so until then, have a good time. See you soon. Bye.